Hello, folks! How are you doing today? It's great to have you with us. So, today I'm probably gonna do a little drafting because I haven't had the time for that in 3-4 days, and I want to try the format a little bit more. I'm not super excited about it. I think the previous format was a lot more interesting and deep, but it's fun. Drafting is always good. So I'm gonna run one or two more drafts, and then I think I'll delve more into Explorer. I'm quite interested in the format, and I see it as a fun challenge to figure out what could dominate the combo decks. I mean, obviously, Vinota is super good, and something anti-Vinota that can also stop Greasefang is nice. I mean, many people for this reason have been playing Azorius control. We have most of the things that we have in historic, maybe except Archmage's Charm. I can't really think of anything else big that we're missing at the moment there. I think that's the most significant thing. So, yeah, it's in a pretty good place. Oh no. Someone entered it, but then didn't manage to hit the button. Yeah, that happens. It's been happening recently quite a lot. So this shows most of us are sitting there, but one person was, I don't know. There's such a short time. Anyway, instead of complaining, I should focus on my game because I haven't done well so far. I went 7-1 times. I did a 6-3, a couple of 5-3s and 4-3s, but I did also at least 2 0-3s, and there was like 1 or 2 0-3, 2-3s. So it hasn't been brilliant so far. I mean, Exotic Path seems to me the best. Stomper is a fine card, but it doesn't do anything until you get to 7 lands. I also like Bruiser. I like Backup Agent, the counter is very valuable. Assassin is okay if you splash for black. Plaza is of course good, Civil Servant is good. Buy Your Silence is good in the late game. Roastmaster is good if you can go aggro with red. But I mean, Exotic Path is just so good. It's a perfectly fine first pick. Requisitioner is a nice card. It's very aggressive. Decoy is excellent. Cabaret Charm is not great. I like Rooftop Nuisance. Shieldmate is also fine. And Killshot too. It's actually hard. Decoy is also very tempting, but I want at least one Nuisance. Yeah. Not that obvious what we should pick, is it? Not that obvious what we should pick. Here we get another one. I mean, District is nice if you want to splash. If you want to splash black. Bandits is okay-ish. Menace is decent. Vigilance is quite good. It is a meta of big punches. Bouncer beat down. So it seems that blue-white is extremely overdrafted. Green, red, and black seems to be very open. So everyone caught on that the winning colors are blue and white. Maybe them being a bit more flexible about the splash is a good thing. Beatdown is just so conditional. It's just so conditional. So we see a lot of black-red coming around. We see almost zero blue and almost very, very little white. But we might be able to pick up some good red and black cards. But we might be able to do that later as well, so we don't have to worry about it at the moment. I think Make Disappear is something I would want to try. Shadow again. Hey, this card is so weird because actually in draft, if your opponent is beating down on you, it can be okay-ish. Shift can be decent. Indulgence can be decent. Custodian is okay. Wrecking Crew is okay. And these are... Nothing is unplayable. Nothing is unplayable here. But I mean, maybe I like a bit of fixing at this stage. Helps with the mana. Metamorphosis is just good. It's a strong combat trick. Little Chat is also good. I mean, for 2 and a sec, you basically get... You look at 4 cards, and you get to take 2 that you actually need. Modernity is okay. Outlaw is decent, but I would need 2 more colors. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this. This is a good combat spell. And maybe the Black Splash will work out. Goons is good, and I like Quasar as well. Quasar's stats are deceivingly good. It's very mana intensive though. Yeah, let's risk a little bit. I mean, we're playing a game, right? Island, Swamp, Mountain. Light them up is good. If we end up splashing, that's not a bad place to be. I like these 2. Gives us a lot of card draw. I think let's just go with the Assassin here. We'll just go with the Assassin. I don't think we're going to play it, but you never know. If we don't get enough playables, then why not? I might just take the Courtyard just in case. We don't know what we see in the next packs, right? We might get some Bombi Rare, we might get something interesting. And then it's nice if you're able to splash. Bruiser, it's a good defender initiative, good defender at the beginning. Yeah, why not? 1 crew. Sure, don't mind it. Wow, we get a Bunt Triumph, which is pretty good. Fixes very well for us. I also like Seraph, and Agitators are very good too. Veteran is good, Sleep with the Fishes is nice. Larcenist is a decent card. Maybe I'll just go with the Triumph, not sure here. We don't really have any remove. Well, we do have Make. We do have combat tricks though and a counter spell as well. So, yeah. I'm sort of like... Maybe this is the best. And Educator, Larcenist, Veteran. But yeah, good fixing is very helpful. Oh, we get the Kraken. Kraken I'm very happy with. I've played it already twice and it has performed wonderfully. Because giving you the fish that they can't block is super strong. And if they can't tap it, then they're just in trouble. Yeah. You can sack the fish to this kind of little tricks. You can make them big. They're unblockable. can easily kill the opponent. But there are a lot of good, not good, but decentish red aggro cards. Civil Servant is not good for us. Master's Charm not good for us. Whack is nice. Whack is a good spell. Storefront would also be good. Call in a Professional. It's a nice spell. Too bad it's red. Oh. Right, I think that pretty much settles it. We have to go with Bunt again. With maybe a very, very light black splash. We'll see. I mean, if we don't get any super high quality things, then we go for the black splash. Revelation of Power is nice as well. I wouldn't mind playing it. Educator is obviously good and fits our deck now. Lackey is also very useful. But I think we'll just go with Tigrella. I mean, she's just super good. Waterfront District. I mean, now that we're going for the green splash, it doesn't do much. Parcel, Revelers, Initiate, Island, Swamp, Mountain. Oi, oi, oi. Deal gone bad, buy your silence. Crowbar can be good. People do use some enchantments as removal. This is a little bit tricky. I like Strong, and we're still early enough to take the Strong, maybe. But the server, I mean, we're already against 3 mana heavy. Server with life gain is just strong as well. We haven't seen much of this. People are picking these even a bit more mediocre white and blue cards very highly. So maybe we don't have a good chance to get a lot of strongs because of that. I wouldn't mind Sojak, but I mean Sojak is green. It's not our main color. Haste, crew 1. Whenever it attacks or falls, return up to 1 target creature that crewed it this turn to its owner's hand. That's weird. Can I gain any advantage of that? I'm not sure. Maybe a Disdainful Stroke is okay against their late game bombs. Or a Boon of Safety. Yeah, I don't know. Recalls, tough to play, I think. Most Wanted is good. One security bypass. We already have a lot of non-creatures. That's one of the issues I have. I think Shieldmate is fine. Mr. Orpheus would be brilliant, but again, I don't think I can splash 2 colors. Unlucky Witness. Skycrier looks best. Another nuisance. Nobody's taking these, and I wonder why. I mean, you do have to sack things, right? So, yeah, you do need a good amount of creatures. Pinions. Pinions looks always decent, but then, I don't know, I'm not brave enough to go for it. I think I want 1 Seraph. People are not high on it, but it has been working out decently for me, so I'm just gonna take it. And third nuisance. I don't know, it's a bit excessive to me. Rather a little bit of fixing and ramping. Big score. I wish this wouldn't be red, it's such a nice card, but maybe 1 Dig Up the Body is okay on the side, yeah. So 1 Buy Your Silence I'm quite happy with. Can help with some annoying late game cards. Yeah, it's okay. And we get Rebel Rousing. Hideaway 5, whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, create that many 1/1 green and white 6/1 creature tokens. Then if you control, well, this is just busted. If you attack 1 or 2 times and you just made 2/3 tokens, you're so far ahead in the game. This is a brutal card for limited. If you get to the point where you can cast it. So now we are becoming a deck that wants to sort of go a bit longer game, which is not great in this format because it's quite aggressive. I wouldn't mind the charm coming around. Wow, someone wants to go for red. There's so many good tools actually. I think a good red deck could be built. Towers would be brilliant as well. It's zero chance that that's gonna wheel. Yeah, we can't really splash maestros. Offer you can't refuse. Meh. Bandits. Meh. Sleep is at the moment the most likely pick for me. It actually fits our deck quite well. Just remove stuff, bounce stuff, get rid of stuff until we get enough unblockables and other kind of, I don't know, flyers or tokens and other things that can pressure the opponent. Broker's Hideout would also be good. Fencer isn't bad because we make many tokens. Wiretapping, when you draw your first card, draw a card. Then if you have 9 or more cards in hand, well, that's never going to happen, but basically this card says draw 2 every turn. This card says draw 2 cards every turn, and games tend to go long in this format, so let's see why I wouldn't pick that. Or why anyone else hasn't picked that, but not my problem. These are good, but I don't want too many of them because you do need to sack things to them. So I guess wrong. Whenever you cast a spell, if its mana value is equal to 1, plus the number of soul counters, and there are 0 soul counters at the beginning, so you need to cast a 1 mana spell. Put a soul counter on it and create a 2/2 life spirit creature token with flying. So if you would have a fantastic curve and you could guarantee to cast, this is also good. But this is just very, very good. This is also good for us. Anyway, Grafter is too good to let go. Yep, Adjudicators is excellent. Prize Fight would also be nice, but I need at least one Adjudicator, so I think both for color fixing and for the curve. Server or second buyer silence. I mean, I don't think I'm going to play it. How many citizens do we have? We have 5 citizens. This is not bad. But yeah, still, server. Oh, great, we got the hideout. For the family is also nice. Especially in this deck if we are going to make tokens somehow. Then... But yeah, I'm just gonna go with the hideout. You just can't really fit red in. You just can't really fit in red. Yeah, well... I wish we could, but we cannot. The live game is so nice. I'm really tempted by this. I mean, I know it's not a good card, but still. Yeah, we're not really getting anything, but to be honest, that's fine. Never make disappear. And it can counter any spell. I mean, if we catch them out twice, that's pretty brutal. Although in the late game it's better. Yeah, the late game it doesn't do anything. My creature count is very low. Yeah, I can't play this many casualty cards. No. My creature count is really low. I might need to play another bruiser. Wow. Weird stuff. I'm not really comfortable with playing less than, say, 16 creatures. That just doesn't seem like a good idea. And especially one of my big woes here is the lack of... I do have, though, a couple of decent things. This is a bit too conditional. Yeah, we do have a couple of early decent things. That's true. Maybe 2 bruisers are a bit excessive. I mean, we have 6 early creatures and the counter spell, so plenty to do. We can wheel these things for mana fixing. That's pretty good as well. And I mean, Gathering Trunk doesn't do anything though. Metamorphosis is good. But if I do play Kreza, I just like the life gain. Just really like the life gain. Yeah, those 2 enchantments are tricky, right? Because they mean we have to stay alive quite long. I just feel like Kreza is good, but too risky. What are the cuts here, really? Maybe server? If we don't have server, we might just get run over very easily by some small flyers. Yeah, that's a problem as well. We're gonna draw a couple of cards here and there, I'm not worried about that. Our curve is pretty high though. Yeah, I think Climber is just not worth it ultimately. So the plan would be, ideally... I'm thinking about the second bruiser actually quite a lot. So the plan would be ideally to... I should keep only hands. If my hand can support what? One, two, three, 9, 9. Yeah, the rest I don't care so much about. I should only keep hands that support at least 1 2-drop and something else to do on 2-3 mana. You really need to pay attention to early survival. And then late game I don't need to worry about in my starting hands because I'm gonna somehow get there. Yeah, looks okay. We could... I don't really want these 2. Bruiser, make this good. If anything, then Nuisance and Bruiser are tempting. But I think this should be okay. Let's give it a go. I don't know, tricky. I find this format very, very tricky to draft still. After I don't know how many drafts, I still find it quite challenging. Ooh, my opponent is the Roaring 20s Glamour Elspeth. We do have... Right, so what I was thinking, right, we do have things to do on turn 2-3. We can fix mana and win a bit of time until we draw more lands. Joni Moon, Honeymoon. Yeah. I mean, the problem is that this is basically 3 high value. These are 3 high value creatures. It's not that great. We're not playing anything. Okay. Let's play the Adjudicators there. I think I'm gonna pass the turn again. I wonder what my opponent is up to. Huh. I'm just going to end my turn. We have enough. They're really deliberating about something. This is such a hard decision. So surprised. I mean, that should have been a pretty easy decision, I guess. Oh well, whatever. Not my problem. Right, I think we're gonna cast this on... Maybe this one can go on the islands. Yep. Double fixing, there are Grixis. We can break the Halo Scarab and keep up, make disappear. Sure. Look at the top 5 cards, put one of those cards into your hand and the rest into your graveyard. That's okay. I don't mind if they draw something powerful and I counter it next turn, right? That's just pure profit. Get rid of their Maestro's Charm and their powerful card. Maestro's Theater. Okay. Fair enough. Maybe they were just looking for land filtering. It would be nice to catch them out with some nice 3 or 4 draw. So is Body Dropper something we're worried about? Not really. It's just not what I want to use my counter spell on. Yeah. Well. Try to be a bit aggressive. I mean, it's time to be aggressive, and if they have removal, I don't mind if that goes on the Educators. Yeah, Dropper isn't gonna do anything this turn, and it's still 1 turn until the outflow can come out. Oh, that's something that would have been nice to catch out. This is tricky. I think we're okay casting Grifter here. And then just going in with the Educators and trading. If they offer to trade with the Echo Inspector, I'm fine with that. I mean, it's a flyer. Getting rid of a 3/4 flyer is powerful. And it puts them in an interesting situation as well in that respect, that either they offer the flyer trade or they don't, but then, yeah, they do. Good. Good, I'm very content with that. Because we're gonna have more muscle in the long run, but getting rid of a flyer that could just keep getting in is good. Connives, right? We don't mind that. But they did have another land. They just didn't want to go to 6 lands. I think in that case we're gonna connive as well. Ooh, well done. Good job, man. That was annoying. That was pretty annoying. Well, we're gonna beef up our... We're gonna beef up our board a little bit. Scarab can go in. Okay. It is a good time for them to cast the Outlaws. Yeah, shield down, baby. I wish they would have cast this last turn, that would have been nice to catch it out, but never mind. We have enough muscle at the moment to deal with it. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that and send in the Kraken. And they have to start tapping the Kraken if they want to. Wow, they won't be able to raise that, whatever they have, no matter what they have. That's not bad. Strangle, right, so we can exile that for a treasure. And they're not attacking. Interesting. They refuse to tap it. Well, I don't mind getting him for 5 with that. That's for sure. Yeah, thank you. No, I'm okay with that. And then I did spend 6 mana, but I only spent 1 card and I get rid of their Death Touch guy. Even if they can buy it back, that wasn't a bad trade, and at some point we're bound to draw the rest of our lands, and then we can go double Seraph and we're gonna be okay. We're 50% to draw a land. Yep, I'm pretty sure that this is coming. Body Lounder! Wow. Brutal. And they can cast it. Oh, gosh. Yeah, obviously. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. That makes me a bit jelly. Alright. Anything? No, really? Double block? No. Because that has Death Touch. Okay, that's fine still. Non-rogue creature with equal or lesser power. That's gonna get back the other... yeah, the assassin. Sure. So we're gonna keep up mana for Make Disappear, just in case they have some big play. Gosh! Dude. Calm your tits, man. It's pretty brutal. Oh, it's catching up. Yeah, dig up the body, and the two Death Touch creatures were tough. They were a bit toughy here. I think here we're just going to... oh, I can't really trade there, can I? We're just gonna take the damage down. Halo Scarab. Opponent can still do something, so they have some kind of instant speed shenanigan going on. And they're even thinking about casting it. What do they have? That's tricky. I don't know. And how much can they hit me for? 5, 6, 7. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, that's really good. The problem is, I think they're also sitting on a counter spell. No, because they were able to cast it. That's true. It's gonna be something else. It's gotta be something else, yeah. It can't be a counter spell. It could be the ability of the body dropper they've been sitting on. Yeah, that's possible. Really? Is it good? Why was that good for them? I'm not sure. Yeah, they're just sitting on the ability of the body dropper. Wow. They have 2 Maestro charms. Wow, 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 wow. And we're not drawing a 7th land ever. Oh, we are, but not the one we need. That's pretty rough. That's pretty rough at the moment. We're gonna block this guy out. We're not in a good position. We're really not in a good position. Losing to Grixis is a bit of a shame, though. Losing to Grixis is quite shameful. No, I have to say that honestly. I mean, we got land screwed a bit. But this is bad. We are not doing well at all. This sequence, the body lounder, dig up the body and bringing back the Night Assassin, and then wow, man, Maestro's Charm into whack. That's not bad. Yeah, opponent did. Yeah, so opponent followed a good strategy, right? They did get some probably very strong Grixis things at the beginning, and then they just picked up everything. But to be honest, even if I would have followed a similar strategy, it would have been impossible for us to get anything near to this power level in Grixis. Now we are drawing all the lands, of course. Yeah, we're just gonna draw another land. Nice. Okay, no lands for 5, 6 turns, and then all the lands. Oh well, that's life. We're gonna restart the client quickly. The graveyard shift as well. Not bad. That's for sure. That would be a bit brutal. We are dead anyway, it doesn't matter. Where did I lose this? I think I lost this when I let the Kraken go. I shouldn't have thrown the Kraken away. I was too confident at that point, and a bit impatient as well. So Grixis can do really well. Well, I mean, if you draw all your best removal spells, and that's what you keep top decking while your opponent is stuck on lands, then Grixis is good. But let's try and get a good draw and see how we do then. And hopefully we do a little bit better. Let's hope that we can do a little bit better than that. Because this was quite sad. Opponent had a crazy amount of good removal spells. It's quite impressive. They basically had removal spells for everything we played, except the Kraken. But they even had the Death Touch creatures, and we couldn't have kept anything on board to deal with those. They've worn us down eventually, so... Tough. Yeah, I'm okay here. I mean, I have 2 early plays, we have all our colors, so we're sort of good, and we have something to curve into. Yep, it's not bad at all. We're gonna open with the headquarters. Yep. Wow, Poland is an Esper. We're gonna get our black mana for Quasar. Yeah, we have 1 swamp. Grifter can come. Fishes. This turn, we can't double spell. We'll go in for 1. I think I'm just gonna go with the crowbar here because, I mean, we want to deal damage, right? And anyway, it's more mana as well, so it's more mana efficient to use up as much of our mana as we can. I mean, surely we're gonna get rid of the token. 4 mana, Quasar. So people are shifting strategies and they're trying to combat bans by soccer. That's 53, that's cool. I love football, so it's not called soccer, it's called football, but never mind. Still a cool guy. Neither of these are citizens. I mean, can attach for 1 to the Grifter. It's not bad, probably. Can go in for 5. I think for the moment we're just gonna keep Morphosis up. Just in case they have some damage-based removal. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Are they going to try to race me? They are. Okay. It's pretty good. What should I go for here? Fishes I want to use for something bigger. Okay, we have managed to overwhelm them. That's good. That's interesting. I think they didn't have enough early plays and somehow their removal didn't line up well with Quasar. Okay, so what else? Yeah, it's not easy, this format. I mean, in one sense, Bunt is of course very deep and strong. But if you don't get the optimal cards, Grixis and... It's not optimal. We're gonna have to use this up on our planes. So, well, it's what it is. Grixis can be pretty good. Jund seems to be really the butt of the joke in a sense. Naya seems also to be okay. But somehow Jund, you probably need either blue or white in order to get going with things. moment we're just gonna go with the initiative. And we're gonna continue gaining life and hope that that gains us a turn in the long run. Really can't play much. I might go in with Skycrier and then just sack it to the Rooftop Nuisance, especially if they play something potent that could start hitting our face. Menace is also pretty good in this sense. Any kind of evasion like Menace and Flying is good. Even more so than usually. Because it's all so combat based. The thing is, we would really need to draw our cards, right? Opponent is also sitting on something. Just play a Bruiser. Yeah, maybe just play the Bruiser. If they're trying to catch us out with a counterspell, then maybe this is the better thing to just have on board. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. Maybe they're just gonna mana fix, yeah. In that sense would be anyway better this turn, right? When we can basically tap two things. Yep. The exotic pet is good too. But we have to start playing our lands, right? Yep. We just have to start playing lands. Otherwise we're just gonna die because we're gonna fall so far behind. Yeah. Yep. You guys are gonna get tapped. You're not seeing... It's again 50%. Said we have 17 lands. Out of 14 cards we only drew 3. We should be around 5, 6, 4, 5, something somewhere between 4 and 6, 5, 6, yeah. This is just really not good. Really? We're not gonna get any lands? 52% to draw a land and nothing? And I'm gonna die. I mean, obviously I'm going to lose the game if I'm not getting lands. That's pretty easy to see. Pretty easy to see. Dang, man, this is really not good. Should I just try the pets? They can get rid of the shield counters, please, right? Yeah, that's something. This is unbelievable. 54%. It's like their 4th, 5th draw in a row, when the chances are around 50 or above that to draw land. We still have 13 lands in there. Yep. You're in huge trouble here. We're gonna lose to land. Fuck. They also have something. Yeah, even if they have something, I have to try to draw a card. Otherwise, we're just gonna die very, very quickly. And this is ridiculous. This is really, really, really ridiculous. And we draw a tapped land. We have one fucking tapped land in the deck, and that's what we draw. This is just unbelievable. And of course it's not a blue land, it's a white land, what we get. But we have to bring this and try to survive another turn just by blocking. It's a fucking sick joke. I don't know. I don't like this Magic. It's really the gambling element, and it's not a good thing, not a healthy good thing. Yeah, we just need to get rid of these guys, right? I'm sure they have a combat trick, right? And they're sitting on 4 cards, they have open mana. Yeah, of course. Nah, we're dead. We're dead. Yep. They might have lethal next turn, actually. They might just have lethal. I mean, this is ridiculous. Losing like this is really a bad joke. This is really just a bad joke. It took us 16 cards to draw, 17 to draw 5, a 4th land and a 5th land. Yeah. Yeah, and they're just gonna come in for what, 10 again? 9? Man. Yeah. Magic for you. But losing to this is ridiculous. And it's the second time, right? Like, we lost the first one also because our lands came very, very, very slowly. And our opponent had a perfect hand, pretty much. Yeah, this is ridiculous. And our opponent drew 5 lands in a row, all 3 colors, and then after that they just do action. Come on. Bad joke. Really just a bad joke. Can't be anything else. Has to be a bad joke, man. Oh, we can't even counter anything. No. Yeah, bye-bye. Good night. We're done. Folks, I don't know. I always feel so weird about this with Arena because, you know, your skill or your deck quality is simply obliterated. And somebody... My opponent had a good deck, don't get me wrong. It was a totally average deck. I mean, they had some 2-drops that you should not really play. So they had a couple of suboptimal cards, but because their curve was okay, it worked out. I always feel strange about this. Somehow it's not right. Somehow this is not right. This is not okay. Nah. There's something wrong with this, that the game is set up in this way. I think all my opponents start with perfect mana and perfect curves. And that's the other maddening thing. You know, like, really something is not working as intended here. Something is not quite working as intended here. Well, my boy is going to come back as a 4-3, and theirs comes back as a 2-3, so it's not a bad thing if they waste removal on like Greta. Yep. We're going to go fetch our black land. This game is so weird. Now you see, after the previous one, it's very, very strange to play this game because suddenly we have perfect mana. Right, we have all 4 of our colors, we have all the fixing we could need. We could cast Lagrella, which is a 3-color spell. This is how our deck should normally work. I know, of course, from statistics that the chances for this are 60–50%, that it's gonna be how it works most of the time. But still, what we saw in the previous one, that we just didn't see a 4th land until card 18, that was very strange. Well, anyway, we're gonna bring the server. Yeah, opponent is sitting on the Glittermonger's ability. I don't know why, but they chose to do that. It's up to them. One fishy goes in, one fishy stays back. Yeah, you really have to wait for that. It's very important. 5 colors. Wow, wow, wow. Anyway, let's not get salty. I'm sure they have the perfect removal here. No, they actually trade. Wow, that's interesting though. That is interesting. Ah, number 2. Yeah, nobody really takes these guys very highly, so. What should be our hideaway card? Shattered Seraph is pretty good. Kraken is pretty good, but Seraph is perfect. We cast that. Opponent is again sitting on their Glittermonger token. So why wouldn't they? Oh, dude. Speed up a bit. Sure. Okay. We're pretty much in top deck mode. So we have to hope that the server and the little fishy can keep making enough citizens. Fishy third? What the heck is going on here? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Dude. I think I'm gonna take that. Opponent thinks so much about that Glittermonger ability. It's unbelievable. Or they're just not paying attention to playing the game. Now we're getting a bit flooded, so the opposite problem, right? We keep drawing land after land. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna bring that out. Okay. And where do you block? Where do you block? How do you block? What are your plans, opponent? Good, let's trade. Perfectly fine with that. Let's make a treasure. Perfectly fine with that too. And up to you, my friend. You should make a treasure as well. Very good, well done. Well done. You're a smart guy. Mr. Orpheum, wow. Opponent keeps top decking bombs, but they still give up. Okay. I certainly, I'll take it. Howdy Flaming Biohazard, good to see you again, buddy. What's going on? How's your day been? Right, we're trying a little bit of Streets of New Capenna drafting. And it's an Azorius deck with a very, very light black and a very, very light green splash. Green has Educators and Lagrella. Black has 2 Seraphs as top end. We have 2 Hideaway enchantments. Both of them are very powerful. And we get perfect mana. Ooh, not many early plays. But we still have to keep this. This is just too good not to keep it. Although if my opponent is going to be very fast, then I'm going to be sorry about this. But yeah, we just have to try and establish a good board. Ooh, looks a bit scary. Looks a little bit scary. We're gonna definitely get our swamp. We don't want to draw that. We're gonna go get the swampy. We're gonna cast our Grifter. So opponent can give double strike to this. That's a bit annoying. Good to see you too. My day has been good. How about yours? Good so far. I had 3 classes today. I was teaching business English in the morning. We were discussing NFTs and market shifts, the strategies for long-term investments, you know, sticking it out even through the rough times and things like that. After that, I had a class with a long-term student. She just wants usually a little bit of either talk about some books she's read or do a bit of philosophy, and she's a very smart cookie, so it's always fun to talk to her. And then finally I had a class on Piaget, teaching a little bit of educational psychology and early child development, which is always a lovely topic, and more and more of my friends. I've been teaching a lot of kids in the past few years as well, young kids, so it's interesting to link up the developmental theory with the actual experiences of seeing how the kids are growing up and their abilities are becoming more complex at different stages of their development. Yeah, so it's been pretty fun so far. I'm gonna have 4 more classes in the evening, but for the moment I'm just chilling a bit before going for a run and cooking. Wow, that was brutal. I love this. I love this. We almost died to this guy. Imagine if it gets flying this turn and they have another combat trick, we're dead. Yeah, if they have another Antagonize and Opinions, then we're gone. Wait, you're a teacher? Yeah, I do some teacher and researcher, so I'm doing I'm teaching part-time at 2 universities here in Tokyo, and I'm doing I'm teaching at a high school and sort of kind of a language school like thing. We're gonna go and try and catch that volley out with the Morphosis, I think. Or we could double tap things. Which one's better? So we could draw 2 cards and go for sure that they can't attack us next turn, which is pretty powerful. Also, Quasar is going to ping them, rake up a bit of life, and we get a breather. But with the Metamorphosis, we might be able to catch out their ballet in the sky, so I think I'm just gonna try and play it that way. Nice, my sister is a teacher as well. Wow, what is she teaching? Right, we're gonna go and block with the Sky Crier. We don't want to die to this body. And then we're just going to turn that into a 4/4 and see what opponent has up their sleeves. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna have a trick. But at least they have to guess. Oh, they didn't have a trick. Wow. I think in that case we're in a pretty good position. I mean, just in virtue of having more stuff going on, we can educators. She teaches music. That sounds lovely. I have 0 musical talent. How about yourself? Does it run in your family or? Alright, we need one more to make this survivable. This deck is doing okay. Somehow I feel that our early game is lacking. We didn't get many of the good 2-drops and 1-drops, but our 3-drops are a bit limited as well. But overall, it's decent. Fixing for double blue might be a good thing as well, because we have a couple of important double blues on 4. And I can fix with the Seraph for black anyway. All the kids in my family have done some kind of music class, at least once. Wow, good for you. That sounds fun. Do you still play any instruments? We're getting on well with the lands. I think what we're gonna do this turn is we just go in with the Sky Crier, ping them for 1, and we're going to keep up, make this appear. Yeah. But they really want to draw a card. I wish they would have done this before we attack. Bringing them for 4 would have been neat. Is this what we want to make disappear? Not really. This is something we can block with the fish quite easily, right? If we need to. We absolutely must block it. But we don't really need. Yeah, it's not that important. So, I think bringing the crowbar is good. And we're gonna go in for 3. And actually we can give the crowbar next turn to the Sky Crier. Sing a little, but I want to learn drums and guitar. Oh, that sounds good. What are you up to these days? Are you still in school or working? This is something we want to get rid of. Yeah, we don't want them to draw a card and get in. That's okay. And then I guess the right thing would be to give this to the Sky Crier, because that way lifelink 2 is pretty nice. Yeah, it's interesting to see today in draft, probably many people like me watch Limited Resources, Draftism, Draftism, and some of the other podcasts or YouTube programs, and then you can see sort of that blue-white has been pretty good. The Reddit Spikes forum also had the post from the guy who's running 17 lands, and I think the top 25 cards, most of them are white, blue, and there are a few maybe 2 blacks and a couple of green ones. But yeah, overwhelmingly, if you can establish a good board early with blue-white, and then you have a couple of tricks or removal spells, it's very, very hard for the opponents to catch up on tempo. That's pretty good though. Yeah, that's strong. That's a good play. Not much we can do about that. But I still don't mind taking it. We're quite far ahead. We're gonna get back some health anyway. You could just exile this guy, but he's just not strong or threatening enough to warrant exiling it. Yeah, let's just bring the Kraken. We're very near to killing them, and I would rather keep the Buy Your Silence for something that we really have to remove in order to win. Ah, the pickpocket is very, very good, yeah. That's gonna bounce probably the Crier or one of the fish. I mean, they gain the biggest tempo swing if they bounce the Crier, because then we have to repay that and we have to pay the equip cost again for the crowbar. Last week of college, starting your own business. Sounds awesome. Good luck with that. That takes a lot of courage and initiative. I hope it works out well. Whoa. So, nah. So this, nah. Now we're gonna get rid of this guy. And they're probably going to tap that. And then we're just gonna go in for 4. And our opponent really has to come up with something in order to survive. Yeah, luck is very important in business. In that respect, it's definitely similar to Magic. So many things matter. So my student I was talking to in the morning, the business English person, is working for a large logistics company at management level, and he has been investing recently in some things. And we were just discussing how hard it is to foresee whether something is just a fluctuation in the prices on the market because suddenly there is more investment in a certain sector. People become more bearish about the outlooks of a certain product, or whether that's just, a dip and then the price is going to shoot up again. I like Voice of the Vermin. It's a good creature. Wow. Oh, we don't have green. But we can do this. And then we can play Lagrella. And if we play Lagrella, what should we play Lagrella on? But I guess I'm gonna remove the Overseer. And in this case, I don't think I want to bounce anything on my part. And they do have to tap the Kraken again. And I get in for a clean 4, and they don't really have a good counter attack either. How about you, Flaming? Have you been drafting as well? You mentioned that you play standard usually. Did you give it a try with the drafts? Next turn we're gonna have a good attack again because, I mean, we have the unblockable fishes, we have the flyers, but also we can cast the educators. Ooh, Lagrella, and Lagrella is gonna exile Lagrella. That's quite funny. But it doesn't save them though. It does gain them a life and gives them a blocker in the sky, that's true. But our 3 fishes are still enough to kill them. So if they can't do anything about the fish, then they're gone. Okay, well, good game. Good game. Das war ein sehr gutes Spiel, Herr Opponent. Aber leider wird es bald zu Ende sein. Now this one, again, I was very, very lucky because I only drew 5 lands. Well, plus the filtering. Okay, so sort of 6. It's kind of normal. I shouldn't complain, I guess, about that one. Yeah, we're just gonna take the 8. Thank you. We're not blocking the fish. I'll tell you that. Yeah, we don't have enough mana for the Seraph yet, but we can make this unable to defend. And they have to deal with the Kraken as well, otherwise they just get hit by the trample damage. It is played out very, very luckily for us, because we didn't draw too many lands, but we did grow a good army early on. Haven't done many drafts, but I'm thinking about trying. I would definitely recommend anyone to look out for good blue and white cards. Stick to 1 or 2 colors maximum, and then anything else beyond that should be a splash. The format seems to be really aggressive, so you might need to have good early aggression. And I think in that sense, if you look at the opponent's deck, it's pretty good. It has the veteran, it has the voice of the vermin. What they were unlucky with, and why we got ahead so far, was that they only drew their big creatures at the beginning, and they drew a lot of death lands. So even though they have amazing filtering, they have a lot of good lands, the lands came very slowly, and they were still not enough for them to get the big creatures on board quickly. And because of that, we could get ahead with Skycrier, we were lucky with the Crowbar, and we were lucky with the unblockable fish. And then later on in the game, we also had big enough creatures, so even if they attacked back with things like the Pickpocket, the Vermin, the Goons, the Strong Arm, it wasn't really enough. But I think they also played a very risky plan to play so many different colors of creatures. But I mean, I'm doing the same. But if you look at, these are just very light splashes on the top end, sort of. And the basis of our deck is really just the white, blue flyers. Not even flyers. It's more like, I don't know, tempo. But anyway, this is a good run, because we got 4 wins, so it cost 1,500 gems to enter, and we almost recuperated it, plus we're gonna get the packs. Plus we get the cards we drafted, so this was decent, thank you. Yep. Yeah, I try to keep my drafting win rate around, I don't know, 55, 60%, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but when it works, it's good. Yeah, you can get a pretty long run. Yeah, I mean, we have all the colors. We have the very good early creatures. We have a bit of late game power. This looks like this actually looks like a bit of a busted hand. Opponent will have to have a good hand as well to keep up with us, or to get through. But it's possible. I mean, in the first game I lost to that Grixis deck, they had fantastic removal. Just had fantastic removal. Absolutely stellar. Anything I cast, they could easily answer. Let's go tapped land. Then we're gonna want to establish our basic color and probably we're gonna want to have the option of being aggressive, actually. Also, it's quite nice if we can bait out removal. Now we can keep up the paths, going for 2. Yeah, Bruiser is not important because they haven't established any pressure yet. So probably just having access to the fish is better. They might have a counter spell up, but I think I do want to get my second blue source for the Kraken. Getting for 4. I mean, so far this deck is going very similarly to the previous one, and it's turn 4, we have a pretty good board, opponent doesn't have anything yet. They are ahead on cards in their hand, the Launderer is very strong, so... Maybe I'll just put the Launderer to sleep, actually. You know what? Keep getting in for 4. It seems like a decent plan, and if we draw a 5th land, we can tap down even one more creature and prevent it from blocking. Okay, they'll tap something, but they don't have a token. Good, let's bring the Kraken down. They'll have to react to that. Yeah. Well, you shouldn't tap it now, because it's not dangerous yet. The Shieldmate is pretty decent as well. I didn't like the Shieldmate when I saw it first, but recently my evaluation of the shields has gone up a lot. They're just a lot stronger than I thought they would be. So the way they play out is pretty strong. And I think for the moment we're just gonna cast the Shieldmate. Quite happy to have even more pressure on board. Just keep adding things, and if I can... There's a pretty good chance to kill them next turn with the fishes and the crowbar. Even if they remove one fish, yeah. Fish are winning so many games. Truth be told, I lost games to the fish as well, so if you can get any fish in your craft, then go for them. It's quite easy to build a good deck that can have 1 or 2 creatures hanging back and defending your life total, meanwhile you're just withering your opponent down. Okay, a little bit of profit. Couple of packs. Looking good. Duende Lautaro. That's again a decent hand. This one is a bit slow though. We're not doing really anything until turn 4. Oof. Maybe that wasn't the keep. I might have messed up a bit here. Alright, let's fix for double blue. I haven't really seen my hideaway cards much. I haven't actually seen the blue one, which would enable us to double draw even a single time, so... Yeah, we're going to do something very similar with our swamp. Wow, opponent doesn't have a turn to play. They don't even have a third hand. But then they're in trouble though. Just in case they have a counter spell, I'm gonna play the Shieldmate. I've noticed that more people are playing counter spells, so I don't know. It's not bad to be a little bit more cautious. That can get double strike, but not for 1. Costs 3 to give it double strike. And the fish are here again. Wow. We're doing pretty well. We're doing pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty content next turn just to go with the fish. Really? Oh, it can connive. Right. That's good, that's strong. I like that. Maybe we could Grifter and Nuisance. We can bring the Educators. We can Exotic Pets during their turn. Any of those things feels good. But I mean, if I just bring the Educators, it should be pretty much game very soon, shouldn't it? I guess so. So that guy won't be able to attack or block next turn. And now my opponent really has to work hard to survive here. I mean, they were land, yeah, they had a drought. Yeah, they didn't get lands on time, so our win is a bit less valuable than it would have been otherwise. They got some good green creatures, it's nice to see. But nevertheless, I think what we do here is this and kill them. Yep, we draw 2 cards. They lose 2 more, and we go in for lethal. Good. But yeah, I mean, this kind of game, I don't enjoy that much because our opponent lost due to getting their lands very slowly. Their lands were just trickling. 6-2, okay, this might be another 7 run. Well, let's see. 6-2 is already, 6-3 would already be quite fine. Actually, I didn't imagine this deck to do so well. This is going to be a 4-3, 5-3 run. Because the most powerful cards are 2 enchantments, and we haven't really seen them too much. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Rebel Rousing. It's a pretty good spell. Let's hope this game we can cast it. We're gonna bring out this Scarab. Lagrella has to wait. But Lagrella is good anyway when we have an established board and we can take out some important creature of the opponent. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Hang back with the Scarab. Opponent looks like they're playing something pretty aggressive. Wow. This is an ideal target for Lagrella though. I mean, if anything, that's a good target. I'll definitely cast this here. But do I want to trade now or not? Actually, I think I do. Also because the fixing might be useful. We get a treasure token anyway, that's a bit annoying. We can't really, I mean they can sack it, but they don't want to do that obviously at the moment. Oh, we get both of our hideaways. That's quite funny. Okay, we'll bring the Shield Mate. And the next turn we can block with the Shield Mate, and then we can exile it with Lagrella, exile the Professional Facebreaker, and get back the Shield Mate with the Shield Counter and the +1/+1 counters. Oh, that has Menace, and we're not doing any such thing. Wow, their deck is working well. Their deck is working beautiful. Let's get that green. Shall we get green? Huh. We might want to get blue. Yeah, we don't need more than 1 green, right? We already have green. Yeah, I still think I'm just gonna do this. I should have attacked with the Dapper Shield Mate first. Silly me. Never mind. Should have attacked with the Shield Mate first. Yep. I would be happy to get back the Shield Knight with 2+1/+1 counters. Because a 4/4 that can be a 6/4 with the shield counter is pretty good. Pretty dang good. Problem is Lagrella can't do much against the Jewel Thief. Yeah, Jewel Thief is just such a good creature in this meta. What the heck? No! When Titan of Industry enters battlefield, destroy target archer during gem, and target player gains battle, create a 4/4 green rhino with shield cannon. Oh my god. I haven't seen this card in action yet. Sheesh, you have a really good deck. Thank you. Yeah, the deck is alright, but we are in big trouble now, facing down these guys. Freaking heck. Choose 2. God. But that's not going very well at the moment. Whoa. We still have 1 turn to survive. And the lands would be coming now. Yeah. And Lagrella is gonna hang back. I think we're going to lose this. They drew both of their very good cards on curve and they could play them. That's a loss. Ah, this one has trample as well. Wow. Maybe it would have made sense to get rid of their shield counter though. But I think we're just dead. I mean, I don't think I can do anything here. And I still have 4 cards in hand, so they must have removal or something. Yeah, of course. Okay, so we draw 2 cards, that's pretty good. This, if I would have had this when they cast Titan of Industry, it would have been really nice, but as things stand right now, we are just dead. And we run mana from the Seraph as well. Oi. And we can only make 1 citizen with Rebel Rousing. Oh well. What a fun game though. It's always fun anyway to see different kinds of decks work well, and I'm always thinking about Naya. I think there's more potential in Naya than what people have recognized. Wow. Yeah, especially if you get the powerful green creatures and 1 or 2 good red creatures, you can add some of the decent white core. Yeah. Anyway, folks, good run, 6-3. My opponent's deck was lovely. It was nice to see Naya in action and do well. Doesn't happen often. And the first defeat against Grixis was also good. 1 match I lost to an absolutely horrible mana screw, but hey, that's life. That happens in Magic. If you play a card game that's based around luck, that's gonna happen. And we get a bunch of gems, so we can try again tomorrow. And we get a bunch of packs. That's also really good. Always fun. Yeah, it's nice. I didn't buy any packs. I did spend this time $20 on 3,000 gems, but that's it. And so far, we are already more than halfway with the collection. Still getting firsts though, that's pretty funny. But I also have a lot of rares and mythic rares, so if I would want to craft something... Ooh, and we get a Titan of Industry, that's pretty funny. This card looks cool. I think in Brawl this would be so much fun. I could also imagine this being okay if you can ramp it out somehow. I mean, there are just better options, right? Like, you don't want to play this over Crater, but... Stompy, another Dino. Oh. Oh, and we get another headquarters. That's nice. The collection is filling out really decently, I think. Sure. Let's quickly have a look at how things look. Right. We don't have the angel. Okay, I'm just gonna craft a couple of these because depopulate. Yeah, I could have drafted a limousine, but for 5 mana, I haven't drafted a single little chat. That's a card I should try out. It's really good. I'm not 1% sure what deck it goes into, but yeah. Hey, take care. I might slowly say bye for today. Pickpocket. I haven't seen Pickpockets. I would definitely have drafted it. Would I have seen it? Even the score. Underdog. Underdog looks good. Underdog looks like something I would consider playing in a black aggro deck. Whack. Whack. I could have drafted in this run. I haven't got a single one of these chaps. Interesting. Yeah, let's just get these things out of the way. Haven't drafted much black. I tried it at the beginning a few times, but didn't have much success with it. Calling a professional. Stockpile. Yeah, these are just not cards that I'll have the occasion to pick. They're simply not really good for drafting. This looks pretty decent for elves. Yeah, Orb is obviously a very good card, and I would love to try it out soonish. Maybe. I think many people are brewing with it. There must be a lot of different fun things out with it. Void Rand looks good as well. There must be many good lists around. Oh. Right. And most of the stuff I'm lacking is the rares and the mythics at this point. Yeah, it was very tempting as well to take the getaway car. But do I want to bounce my own creatures? Not sure. Not in a typical draft game. Yeah, Jun looks like if you would get a good mixture of the more powerful Jun's rares, it would be worth building around it. But you would really need to get rewarded for it. I only have one of this. 2 of the Jund, 4 of the Naya, 2 of the Grixis, and 3 of the Bunt. That's fair enough. So some of my rare wild cards will go away, filling out the collection once I start playing Constructed and want to use the Triomes a bit more. Alright folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining in. This was a pretty fun run, 6-3, with the usual Bunt. Well, Azorius, Splash, a little bit of black and a little bit of green. And probably gonna go for another run tomorrow. See you then, hopefully. And have a lovely day, or lovely evening. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you, Flaming, for the fun chat. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.